He ain't never sleep, brother, he ain't never rest. He ain't never slumber, never put him to the test. He be reigning king forever, resurrected after death. All praise to God, brother, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, all praise to the one. Praise to the one, the only begotten son. Reigning king forever, never put him to the test. He ain't never slumber, brother, he ain't never rest. I was living for the day, never thinking about that future. Little did I know that I was headed off to Lucifer. The strongholds broken once I gave my life surrendered. It's to Christ the King, all praise due from earth ascended. It's the LA anthem, need revival in the city. Shout out to CC Inglewood, the body going litty. Shout out to Jeremiah, my little brother on the MIDI. Mashing up to heaven, everybody kinda witty. Got my kids in Long Beach, headed to the baptism. Tupac instrumental, another type of ambition. I'ma pray you take the wrong way, the Bible, the directions. Looking unto Jesus as you make an intercession. It's a prayer for the deuces, a prayer for the trades. Prayer for Sudanese and a prayer for the Asians. Prayers being answered as we pray them all with faith. Standing on a firm foundation.
Yo, AC Sports Live. Here we go. Tuesday night, 19th day of March, 2024. Appreciate all the love and support from all the peopleization on the AC Sports Live network. Messing around. I'm not a network. This is the NGBN TV network, and we're on YouTube, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and the NGBNTV.com website. I want to thank you guys for downloading the app on your phones, on your application, on your iPads and your Android devices. We're coming to Apple TV really soon. Want to continue to push out the information that's going to help us save lives. We always want to make sure you guys know what we're all about here at the NGBN TV network. That is saving men's lives. We're focusing on men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. April 6th, we have a great initiative that you want to get a part of, because you will be educating. We will be educating 100,000 people on the signs of suicide, so we can prevent suicide, so we can prevent someone taking their own life. And the numbers are so staggering, it will be something that you want to be a part of. So register now so you can learn the signs of suicide. If you had anybody in your life commit suicide, is the most devastating event, because there's nothing you think you could have done, but if you know the signs, you can help prevent one. So April 6th, equipped ourselves to save a life, the NGBN TV network initiative. Get on that now. Let me go ahead and work on some of my technology. Remember, we're streaming live. I'm even going to go live on Instagram for the first time. We're going live on Instagram right now. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if we get some comments off the gram. Say hello to the peopleization. Dr. Hill in the house. Say it with your chest. Man, I found a track. It was God, man, because we shot a video from my buddy Chris Purnell in the Purnell Picture Show. The artist's name is bkim, and the song was called Say Less. And I checked out his his catalog, and he had a song called Say It With Your Chest. I said, yo, can I use that? He said, man, it'll be my pleasure. So this is my new song, Say It With Your Chest. And it's a gospel rap song, so it's clean and it's got a good message. So it's all about the business, man. So I'm so stoked about it. We're gonna play his video later on tonight. It's called Say Less, a Purnell Picture Show, so it's hot. So just stay tuned for that. Coach Cole, sad news? Huh? Oh no, Alfie Reeves? No way. Childhood, neighborhood, Easy Avenue. Oh man, I hate to hear that, man. Thank you for letting me know. I gotta get in touch with the family. Alfie, man. Big Alfie. My brother not gonna be okay with this, man. Big Alfie was an OG on our block, man. Easy Avenue's finest. Really good t-shirt business. Hustle. He was a hustler, entrepreneur. Prayers. Shalom to that family. Oh man, Lil Sean, all them guys, man. That whole little area, man. Man, sad news. Thanks, Coach, for letting me know. I'm gonna get in touch with that family and make sure we get them taken care of. Oh boy, that's why we're here, man. We want to make sure we are connecting and being community. letting people know what's happening, and that's tough, man. The older we get, the more we seeing our folks leave here. That's why I say you gotta be prayed up, man, because all of us have an appointed time. You better have a relationship with the Father, man. Time is coming to an end for a lot of folks, man. So take care of yourself, and then when it's time to go, be okay with God, so it's not that big of a, struggle. You know what I'm saying? Rubio Method in the house. Showtime. It is showtime. Punch, Coach Punch. What you cooking tonight? What's up, man? Up in this piece tonight. Oh man, Poncho. I got SG Trilogy. Plug one, Broham. What is good with you, man? Life is short, so we have to live every day to the fullest. Amen. Amen. Appreciate that. Condolences, man. Big Punch. Yeah, man. It's tough out there, man. Got this new track. Even bkim blessed me with some nice spiritual bars, and I appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. Let's get right into it, man. The show's gonna go real fast. Got a lot on the docket. AC2 in the building. That's Alexander Cobbs, number 45, San Jose State. As you see, he blessed me with the jersey, the jerseyization back here. I'm already proud dad. Spring ball started today. They out there in the mix, man. Sherman says, stay prayed up. Amen, my brother. Amen. D-Mac fight. You know what's good, Sherman. I appreciate that big punch. I mean, the song is hot, man. I mean, shoot. There's some good gospel rappers out here with some bars and some good beats. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. All right, man. Getting right into it, man. Remember, saving lives, interstitial, boom, lower thirds. Let's get that cracking with the saving lives. Boom. Good to go. April 6th. Don't forget. All right, jumping right in, man. It's March Madness. And I'm starting off with the ladies. Ladies first. Let's go to the ladies first. And I'm not sure if you filled out your brackets, but I filled mine out. And, it's hard for me not to be a homer in these things. And going through it, it's hard not to pick South Carolina, because what they're doing down there, Dawn Staley is creating this juggernaut that every single year is getting to a point where she has a stranglehold the way Nick Saban had a stranglehold on college football. And let me see, we can do a mock, or I can just go over the ones I already are created. Either way, where are mine? I know I've already done this, and it's hard because you don't get to see everybody play. Let's do a mock draft. Let's do a quick one. No, I don't want to do a mock draft. Let's just do a whole nother. I'm just creating a mock league. And then I'm going to just do, let's just see. Sherman said Dawn Staley dynasty would be better than anything at UConn. Oh boy, hot off the presses take. Now I've already done this. I'm looking for my teams that I've already created. Let's see, at my men's basketball league, my women's basketball league. Let me see what's going on with mine. It's acting like it don't want to show my picks, man. Men's tournament, women's tournament. Well, let's do this like this. Let's just look at it. Let's get it going. So if I got a women's league starting, my team is, this is acting really crazy right now. It's great seeing Coach Staley succeed. Philadelphia stand all the way up. Got the Tar Heels for the men. I got UConn for the men. I got UConn winning the whole deal. So my Final Four for the women, I believe I had South Carolina, UCLA, North Carolina. Let's see, where did my picks go, man? It's acting like you don't want to show me my picks. And today was a play-in game. University of Howard went down. So here, let's see. All right, so let's get this going. How we doing on time? All right, so I got my tournament challenge women's ESPN bracket. Let's see what it looked like. I'm currently, and I got, let's see. Was this last year? 2024. I got UCLA. It's showing you my brackets. All right, so I got out the gate South Carolina, North Carolina, Oklahoma. Let's just go to the Final Four for the sake of my Sweet 16. For the women's Sweet 16. South Carolina, Oregon State, Texas, Tennessee, Iowa, UCLA, USC. I got USC and UCLA facing off in the Final Four. I got Texas, South Carolina, UCLA, and USC. I got UCLA over USC. I got South Carolina over Texas. And I got UCLA winning it all. I got UCLA women winning the whole deal. We shall see how that goes. I don't know, man. I'm only betting $2, so it ain't that big of a deal. Ponce said women's basketball is not on the rise. It has arrived. It's here. Let's face it. There's more household names in women's basketball than men's. I thought it'll never come to this, but it has. Congratulations to all women in basketball. Kudos and love it. That's what it is, man. We wanted the one and done, and we wanted the NIL, and we wanted the transfer portal, and this is what we got. A bunch of unknown teams, kids we don't know. Back in the day, you knew the guys. You knew Patrick Ewing. You knew Never Nervous Purvis Ellison. You knew Chris Mullen. You knew Mark Jackson. You knew all them guys. Chris Jackson, Shaquille O'Neal. Evangelist Stanley, Big Jesse, Eagles picked up half the season. Broken. You a Giants fan, I remember. Broken Saquon Barkley, the famous running back. Yeah, running back to this clinic. New York Giants don't need. The New York Giants is on a rebuild. So I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray for y'all. I'm gonna pray that y'all have a decent season. I'm a proud girls coach too. Hashtag. Yeah, Punch. $2 on South Carolina. All right, $2 bet with SG. UCLA over South Carolina. South Carolina over UCLA. If UCLA makes it, South Carolina is probably a sure bet. Old man Rod, Sauce Man in the house. And for the men, I'm going UConn. My birth state, Connecticut. I was born in New London, Connecticut. And I'm going with the Huskies to win the whole thing. I'm not even going to bring out the brackets. I don't know any enough teams. I'm not even sure who I got in the Final Four. Who do I have in the Final Four? Let's go back. Men's Tournament Challenge. I got UConn. Who's my Final Four? It's so hard to read this thing on your phone. It's just like, oh wow, I got an interesting Final Four. I got UConn versus Baylor, Houston versus Kansas. I got UConn over Houston in the championship. It never goes down that simply. Last year, everybody's brackets were busted by week 2 or the second game. Rodney Saw said all they talk about is Zach Edey, and he isn't marketable at all. Talk about vanilla ice cream cone, just vanilla. I'm going UConn from the Big East. I guess we had a push on our $2 bet for the men. Women, I got UCLA. SG got South Carolina. Who you got? Tell me in the comments. For men, I got UConn. Probably the majority in the country is picking UConn. 3 losses. Coach Hurley's doing great. Gonna be hard. Gonna hard to beat the Huskies. We'll be back in 1 minute after this short commercial break from the NGBN TV network.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
All right. Today's show is brought to us by All In CDL Training. The future of commercial driving. Get your Class A license. 909-708-4861. Or hit them up on the website, allincdltraining.com. SG got Creighton going to the chip. Creighton. All right. Let's get back to the slate so we can stay on track. We got a lot going on tonight, man. My 2 cents right out the top. All right, so I might have been told some bad information last week. Apparently, they're not going to wear headgear. Tyson versus Paul. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. No headgear. So that's a good thing. Now, how it's going to go, still, I would like to know how many rounds, and is there a no knockout clause? I doubt that. But is there going to be an 18-ounce glove? How much money's on the line? And if you watch them train, you're almost fearful for Jake Paul, because no one that he's fought and beaten has been on the skill level of a Mike Tyson. Now, the Fury kid that he lost to was a boxer in his prime, and prime is typically 27 to 32 years old. So Jake Paul being 27, a late bloomer who just picked up the sport, I wouldn't even say you can consider him a seasoned fighter. What does he have, like 6 or 7 fights? Most of them setups. It's still a hot ticket. I think it's still going to be something to watch. But the stipulations is going to be something I'm going to keep an eye on and see how they're going to make this a fair one. If it's 18-ounce gloves, I doubt anyone gets knocked out by, KO. I think it will be more of a TKO where the ref steps in because of lack of activity on either man's part. So we shall see. Did you see I wouldn't even say the dunk. Did you see the soul snatch by Ant-Man? It was something that could take your mind off what happened to Austin Reeves. I mean, I've seen guys get smashed on before, but this right here, I mean, and John Collins got injured in the process. I mean, dunk of the decade. This is like outright disrespectful. And John Collins is not a chump. I believe Ant-Man dislocated his finger as he went up and poked Collins in the eye with his offhand, but this one is about as bad as DeAndre Jordan or the Blake Griffin, where they caught the body and just throw the ball in. This is outright nasty, man. Key said, "What's up, Key? John Collins better had said a prayer." Apparently, he didn't pray. He didn't pray good enough. He didn't say a special prayer. He just said a regular prayer, and that's what will end you on the highlight of the year. I mean, that was outright nasty. Oh my goodness. Pon said, "Shout out to Rodney Sauce, Tina Marie, or Anita Baker." What? Man, you could put like Sade against Anita Baker. I don't think Tina Marie can hold up against Anita Baker. As G said, Iron Mike will loosen Jake's teeth if he connects to his face. This is true. 30 years ago. We don't know what's in the mix right now, man. You imagine if you are as old as Rodney Sauce. Rodney know how it feels. It's hard to get that adrenaline pumping like he once did back in the day. So I think Mike gonna have to be on some other stuff, some heightened level energy drink, some serious testosterone to relive the days of old, just for one night. What's the Luther Vandross song? If only for one night. Can we see the old Mike Tyson? We will see. I don't know. I tell you, man, I box every other day, and it's never a time where I am not dog tired. It is crazy. As you said, does that dunk top LeBron James over Jason Terry? Yeah, because I think Jason Terry kind of bowed out gracefully. This one here had contact and an injury. I mean, he had to walk it off. He had to walk it off the court. That was sinister. Like Austin Reeves able to laugh about his in the press conference. I don't think John Collins is laughing about his. Rubio Method said, was he even thinking of waiting until the end to try and jump to block the monster dunk? I think you just have to, out of respect, which is a great segue into a topic my son brought up to me. He said, "Dad, you got to talk about these young guys talking about we done with the 90s. All right. You say you're done with the 90s because the play, in your opinion, was subpar, and that Michael Jordan wasn't that good and Isaiah Thomas wasn't that good. I'm going to get a little personal. If they weren't that good, then why didn't your granddad play? Why didn't your dad make it? If they were so trash, think about it. Have you ever played with a professional in any sport? And many times these guys making these remarks aren't even good at Madden, aren't even good at playing Coach K or 2K. But they want to talk crazy about the greats. In the time that they played, they were professional to the highest level of professionalism, skill, mentality. Now, the footage that these guys are showing are hand-picked turnovers and just bad plays. And you got to say, well, okay, yeah, there were some bad spots. You got a couple of air balls, Michael Jordan shot an air ball here, hit the side of the backboard there. But I would have to say, you can do the same thing for today's game. I'm done with today. You saw what Ant-Man just did to John Collins. Is John Collins trash for getting dunked on like that? If you're done with the 90s, I'm done with the 2020s. These all-stars missing layups, getting blocked by the rim.
Never go back to being that person.
Tell him, Denzel.
I'm gonna make an exception.
Since I can't use words like trash or garbage because that's copywritten or trademarked.
These guys are going back and forth, man. So, being done with the 90s, I challenge you to think about who are you to criticize anyone? If anything, you would say today's game is advanced a little bit. But man, if you've watched, see, I'm the beneficiary. We had a talk today on the Decade Show on the NGBN TV network. We're talking about the generations. I was able to see the transition from the male man type of blue collar type of roughneck 70s and 80s basketball, where you were enamored by the Buck Williams type player, the Bernard King type player. Pancho Perry has a one-on-one series going on. We had Bernard King versus Carmelo Anthony. And you have to look and you say, well, Carmelo had more handles. That's just because the game changed. Pistol Pete was doing all those things, but coaches were not allowing that type of activity. So you didn't see the flash because coaches will sit you down for all that hot dogging. You see today, all that ball holding in black hole. The ball doesn't get moved around because you want to see a show. You want to see an and one mixtape show. Now you hear, I like watching the No Chill Gill show. I'm glad they brought Kenyon Martin on there because Kenyon Martin is making it balanced. He is shutting down what Gill was talking about when the other guys, Brandon Jennings, them guys are all, yeah, you right, Gill. No, Kenyon ain't having it. They were trying to shoot down Isaiah Thomas as not being an all-time legend. And I was like, how disrespectful. Isaiah was the best to do it in his era at the point guard spot, a little point guard. Isaiah was work. But then they say, well, you know, Isaiah wasn't better than Chris Paul. I'm like, come on. Isaiah Thomas was way better than Chris Paul. As you said, don't let old school connect. They must have made changes because it's initially, it's about the boxing match. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. Rodney Saw said the apex of the NBA happened already. It can only go down now. They say MJ can't go left. Did they watch the games, man? MJ did whatever he wanted. MJ got to his spots. Have you ever watched Bernard King explain his game? He had 7 spots. And he would hit 4 shots from each spot. That's how he averaged 30 points a game. Professionals do what they need to do. Michael Jordan went left when he had to go left. If your spot is the right baseline, turn around, fadeaway, that's where you're going to go. And then when they take it away, you go to the left and you go left-hand lay. Watch the film, man. Don't watch the highlights and lowlights, man. Group said too many Al Bundys out here getting better and better each year after they're done playing. Have no clue what they're talking about. Stay strong about the 90s. I watched it, man. I watched Carmelo hit 12 of 15 from that little corner shot. And it was basic, but it was butter. I watched Tim Duncan, fundamentally sound, get 35 and 15. Versus Shaq. Like it's... And Shaq played in both eras. Kobe played. LeBron played. LeBron will tell you, NBA players, except for Gilbert Arenas. Most NBA players respect the 90s. These internet trolls, again, how come your grandfather didn't make it? If the game was so trash, I'm sure your grandfather said, man, them boys was tough. I couldn't make it because everybody was so good. Connie Hawkins and Dr. J, Bernard King, all these guys, man. As G said, in today's game, you have the Euro step, travel, no fundamentals, and it's terrible. Somebody sent me something today where a guy did a double step back sideways with a long gather. I said, Rodney Sauce, call the travel. We're going the other way. Walk. NBA Cypher. Fact, but they're quick to degrade other eras with blooper videos. The ratings say most fans are done with the current NBA. Y'all saw the All-Star game? That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Compete, man. And the regular season is such a snooze fest. I commented on my good brother, sweet brother Noomsy's post where he said, yeah, they got Austin Reeves on that dunk, but we won the game. And I'm like, nobody remembers that game because the games aren't important. Its seeding is important, but I think that dunk is more memorable than that actual game because we have not let the games be memorable and meaningful. We have to do a better job competing every night so the games mean something. So today's game has taken a black eye because we don't compete anymore. I hope so. I hope we get back to competing, man. Rodney Saw said they had role players then because teams were actually built to suit the strengths and weaknesses of their star players. So when a guy came off the bench with a ball spot, that's what it is. The 90s were so bad, your dad couldn't make it. If everybody was trash, your dad would have made it. Isaiah torched the Lakers on a bad wheel. Isaiah was so fundamentally sound with extreme handle. These players don't get picked up in the backcourt, don't have to play post defense, and are mentally protected by the flagrant foul penalty. We can literally watch a game right now and watch both teams miss jump shots for 6 to 8 minutes of the game. It's an inside out, outside in. Generations have flipped the script on us, man. So all you youngsters that think old heads couldn't play, I beg to differ. Now, I saw a funny video that before I get done with my 2 cents, Mike Tyson's training, of course, Mike Tyson training is my question is, who's writing Mike Tyson's lyrics? Excuse the language.
Day 3, you still want to fuck with me?
And I believe he said day 2, what you gonna do? Day 4, you want some more. Who's writing Mike's bars, man? Now I did see this one. As they faced off, I believe it was the pre-fight face-off. And somebody, of course, got a hold of it. Jake Paul.
Oh my god, I almost died! No. I almost died! That was so scary. Thank you.
It's okay. It's alright. It's alright.
He's a scary dude, man. Mike Tyson is probably the scariest dude. Because you don't know if he took his meds that day, man. You don't know. It could be over for you. I saw something real cool, man. As I switch gears a little bit, mental reps, you're going to get into it a little bit early today. Let me change my groove a little bit. I got something a little jazzier. You all know who Carl Lawson is, right? She's the head coach of Duke basketball. And she was a baller for the University of Tennessee. And she's always been a tough cookie. She played Pee Wee football. She was the only girl playing, and she was balling. Her dad was her coach, and she, she's just the next great women's coach because she understands. She gets it. She recently went viral for a speech she gave her own team, and her social media staff captured her speech to the team and what resonated with the world. As we talk about, again, on the Decade Show, we talked about the generations not having the same toughness. And she's trying to instill a blue-collar toughness to her team. And she's trying to express that by keeping it a whole buck with her team. Let's take a listen.
Think in your own life, if you waited for something to get easier, I just got to get through this and then it'll be easy. I just got to get through preseason and then it'll be okay. I've just got to get through my junior year of high school and then the classes are going to get easier. Or I've just got to get to my spring of my senior year of college and it's going to be easier. It's what we do. We wait for stuff to get easier. It will never get easier. What happens is you handle hard better. That's what happens. Most people think that it's going to get easier. Life is going to get easier.
I think she's preaching right here. I think she really hit a nerve with America, with all parents, coaches. Handle hard better. And that's the most 2024 way of saying don't give up. Remember Jimmy V, don't give up, never give up. With the transfer portal, with all the mental health situations that our young people are going through. And some of it is our faults as adults, as parents, as coaches, as teachers. And we've taken away the teaching portion of toughness, of mental toughness, of understanding that sometimes things aren't going to go your way. And how are you going to respond to when things aren't going your way? I think she really, really loves her kids. She loves her student athletes, almost to a point where she's parenting. She's handle hard better. I think that's something we could all use on top of everything else, all the little phrases and all the little nuances of special quotes and, Mamba mentality and next play and, first here, last to leave and all that. How are you going to handle adversity? And talking about saving men's lives. As a man, how are you going to handle the hard times? I love that, man. It's on YouTube. Share it with your friends. SG says she's a great sports broadcaster as well. Yeah, I gotta love Cara. Trying to instill a blue-collar toughness to an 18-year-old is rough. That needs to be done at home or on the field or court when they are growing up at the start of their careers. Yeah, man. Otherwise, a lot of folks gonna be tapping out. And we don't want people to tap out. We want people to tap in. Have a community, have a band of brothers, have, whatever you need, your family, your circle that you created. Again, remember we were cutting off the fat at the beginning of the year. Anybody negative got to go. How you going to handle hard better if you got a bunch of simpletons around you that's not going to feed into you and help you grow? So our mental reps, man, handle hard better. Carl Lawson brought that message that's going to, carry us through to 2024 and beyond. So I really appreciate that. All right, man. Let's keep moving. So, I got a new segment, man. It's called Tragic Johnson. Tragic Johnson segment means a hilarious sports takes, sports videos of the week, and just to kind of introduce it, it's something. I always see hilarious videos when I go on like Instagram and TikTok, and I was like, you know what? I'm the only one in here laughing, and I send my wife videos all the time, and I'm like, man, wouldn't it be funny? All right, y'all remember? You remember Derek White? They were making fun of Derek White's head before he cut it off. Shaq and Charles making fun, saying, you know, he was ahead of his time and all that stuff. So he cut it off and went with the headband. And I'm like, okay, that's a better look. So I saw this video. This guy said to his barber, make me look like an NBA player. Make me look like an NBA player. So his barber commits to cut him a headband like Derek White and put a swoosh in it. I said, tragic, man. This is tragic. I hope he didn't keep it like that. I hope he just kind of like did this for a quick joke. But when he put the swoosh in the side, Derek White, is that you? Oh, that's tragic. Tragic Johnson right there, man. Oh my God. I'm not sure if you heard this one. These guys had me laughing so hard. I gotta turn the music down and hear this guy.
I wouldn't have nothing to cook for supper, and she'd set us all down at the table and read the recipe to us. We had a little brother that was hard of hearing. He almost starved to death. We were so poor and we little kids, and somebody pulled up in the driveway, Pap make us take a turn, run out the yard barking because we couldn't afford a dog. Go to our aunt's house, we'd eat the fruit off the wallpaper. We was poor and hungry.
She'd line us all up, feed us breakfast, feed us cereal, and make us eat it with a fork so we could pass the milk down to the next one.
Oh my goodness, man. I don't think
so poor.
We were so poor.
We little kids, or Mom a lot of times wouldn't have nothing to cook for supper, and she'd set us all down at the table and read the recipe to us.
Oh, that's wild, man.
We had a little brother that was hard of hearing. He almost starved to death. We were so poor and we little kids, and somebody pulled up the driveway, Pap make us take a turn.
Pap made us bark because we couldn't afford a dog. He said we were so poor, Mom read recipes to us, and our little brother was hard of hearing, so he almost starved to death. Them dudes, man. Hey, Tragic Johnson, number 3. Jaheim. Somebody said he needed to put his hairline first. We're so poor. We can't see it. It's cutting his head off. Come on, Jaheim. Come on. Oh my goodness. Somebody said he didn't put his hairline first. Cut it off, man. Tragic Johnson. I can't, man. I can't do it, man. Oh man, tragic. I got time for one more. I think I got time for one more Tragic Johnson. Tragic Johnson, Bobby Brown. Oh man, who keep putting Bobby Brown out there like he's still? Bobby Brown is singing "Don't Be Cruel." Yeah, show everybody but Bobby. Oh. Show somebody else, because Bobby ain't dancing. Oh no. Bobby, man. cold as ice. Bobby, man. Tragic Johnson, man. Tragic. Oh, man. I got Big Jeff in the house from Instagram. So Instagram is working. Hey, in the boat, my wife enjoys sharing the social contact. Hey, man, it's cool. You and your wife can laugh at some things. You got something in common. The headband cut, Jeff. Oh, Ruben said, grew up so poor, I couldn't pay attention. That's poor. That's poor. That means you ain't have nothing. Oh, man. AD's in the Tender Love Report again. We're going to have to change it up. We're going to go sensitivity. Is it safe to say that Sacramento Kings center Sabonis owns AD? He is now 10-0 versus Anthony Tenderlove Davis. That is your daddy. That's your new daddy. They just taking tallies, man. He's just been pushing them around. Tenderlove, and then I think he missed a game after playing Sabonis. Put him on the injury report. Just like that Smokey Robinson video. Now that was tragic. My son sent me Smokey Robinson rubbing on his thighs. That was tragic, man. Big Jeff, man, we go back like car seats, man. Absolutely. All right, I got a treat for y'all, man. As you know, my intro song now is from an artist named bkim, and it's called Say It With Your Chest. Well, he also has a track called Say Less, and I was part of the production crew for the Purnell Picture Show. CEO Chris Purnell produced this video, and it's my gospel rap CD song of the week. So let's take a listen and a peep game of the music stylings of bkim. Song's called Say Less.
Passion is typical of your forgiving flow. Holy breath from you is sitting 11. Father, forgive them, don't know what they do. Prophetic visions too good to be true. Wiping away all of these things that kept me in darkness from seeing what's true. But ignorance blissful, and I took a bench full. Thought it would alleviate, I couldn't deviate. Hard in my heart, I got vengeful. But vengeance is yours. Jesus, you take me on tour. Holy direction and righteous connection, Lord. All of your ways are pure. See, look at the deficit. Born of religion is evidence. I remember the day I had set in my heart to go seek the world for residence. So I'm off to a journey. All this consistently yearning. I'm feeling for something that's deeper than meaning. To keep my head spinning is burning. But my mind is still hurting. You tell me to give it to you, but I cannot. See the time trickling down on the clock. Wearing my sins like Nike to socks. Want me to give you my burdens to suck. How can I see you my savior and I cannot even trust in you with all of my heart? Fine line between light and the dark. Say you loving me with all of these scars, but I cannot even keep one commandment. So why am I calling you Lord? Really it's hard. Late
Late night soaking in your presence, for my heart's eyes is open, so I pray peace. Size the ocean, link to every word that is spoken through the spirit, all is potent. Words of my own, say less. Pray the spirit speak through me without a ring that a brother can't express. Without the word of God, everything is aimless. Rain on me, rain on me. Rain on me, rain on me. Late night can't sleep, that's me. I soak in his presence, I pray, and you give me vast peace. Of open the message, Lord, I ask that you'll be making my mind renewed. Stay on this heavenly altitude. You're running, he running right after you. Praying the spirit will give me the words, speaking the truth and it never occurred. To me, I pray that I be on the verge. I die to myself and I'm willing to merge. Killing two birds with one stone. Out of the world and the sun shone. Mission to win all the unknown. Prodigal son, he gon' come home. Love of the Father fell on his neck. Enemy wearing a hell on his chest. Victory so never settle for less. Sin is in many words, so I'll say less. Spirit say what I can't express. Enemy subtle, whispering death. Pray I'll be faithful, passing the test. I'll be still. Know that he got exalted in earth. Ignoring the world when they called it a curse. My road to Damascus, fall to the dirt. Just listen. My heart and my ears and my eyes is open. Speak to me, Lord, in your word I'm a focus. Stay in your presence forever, my hope in Christ. Sleep, Bible open. Late night soaking in your presence. Lord, my heart's eyes is open, so I pray peace. Size the ocean, link to every word that is spoken through the spirit, all is potent. Words of my own, say less. Pray the spirit speak through me without a ring that a brother can't express. Without the word of God, everything is aimless. Rain on me, rain on me. Rain on me, rain
Yes, sir. Say less. Even bkim with bkai is rapping on the track with him. Mikai and even bkim. You can check him out on Instagram. You can check him out on he's on Spotify, Apple Music. Real good dude, man. Real good dude, man. So that video, we shot it, I want to say it wasn't raining that day, so we had to create artificial rain, and it was a good 52 degrees outside. So we had like 5 water hoses, and my buddy Chris had the new red camera, and we had to make sure the red camera didn't get wet because it's a very expensive camera. And bkim and Kai, man, they had to be like soaking wet, and we was out there wearing hoodies and gloves, and they were freezing, but they did a good job shooting. I believe they shot 3 days in a row, and it was part of the industry that you don't really hear too much about, as far as the production and the pain and the suffering that artists have to go through, filming at 7 in the morning all the way to 4 p.m. in the afternoon when the sun gets ready to go down. And we made it happen, man. So I'm really proud to be part of that production. So check them out, man. Check them out. There you go, CP3 right there. Chris Purnell Picture Show, always professional, man. And he ain't cheap. So if you want a music video shot, don't come at me talking about the hookup. He ain't cheap because he goes all out. Regular motion, slow motion, fast motion, Hollywood style camera. He don't play, man. He's a full-on producer. He's not your run-of-the-mill, pull out your cell phone and film type of. He's a real deal filmmaker, man. So if you want to get your video shot like that, Purnell Picture Show is where it's at. Get your Skrilla together, though. It ain't free. Big Jeff said easy listening is the definition of chilling. Song is dope. I mean, I'm a Tribe Called Quest dude. I came from the era where jazz was introduced to hip hop, And what better place than to have a gospel hip hop with some jazz? Right up my alley, man. So easy even bkim. As G said, it was a vibe, and that's what you want. You want to be able to get it in. You working out, headphones bumping. You want to have something positive, and get it in, and be fed something that's going to edify your soul, man. While you trying to build up your body. I think it's something that you need to consider. If you're listening to a bunch of ratchet stuff all day long, you're gonna be ratchet. Put some positivity in your soul, man. Matter of fact, we got even bkim in the building. All love, man. Everybody's appreciating the listen. Everybody's appreciating, and the other track, man. Say it with your chest. That's my thing, man. That's what my slogan been for 4 years on this show. Say what you got to say, but say it with your chest. And you got a track. And I said, yo, even B, man, can I borrow this track for the show, man? If I make it, you make it. Rodney Saw said Tribe and Little Brother. You already know. All right, man, I want to appreciate all the peopleization for coming through today, man. Had some fun. My technology might have been a little bit suspect for my picks. I wanted to do my live picks, but it wasn't meant to be. Probably better that way. It would have took too long. You know, I got UCLA women's probably gonna lose to South Carolina, but I'm gonna go with the homer. I got $2 on the Bruins. For the men, I got them Huskies going all the way. All right, y'all. Let me see what else we got going on in here. Reminder: April 6th. The initiative is set. Equipped yourselves to save a life on the NGBN TV network. We all about saving men's lives. The loudest cry is when they go silent. We don't want anybody on our watch. And I heard that my good friend Alfie Reeves passed away today. Not of suicide, but of natural causes. And I'm not sure what else was going on, but prayers to the Reeves family and all of the homies from the block on Easy Avenue on the west side of Long Beach that knew Alfie. Alfie was a softball coach at Long Beach Poly. He was a neighborhood guy, good guy, entrepreneur, very positive, always supported us when we played sports. One of our OGs from the block, kept us out of trouble, kept us busy, showed us how to run a business, all those good things. So I know he will have a very massive funeral, homegoing service, whatever they put together for him. I definitely know it's going to be Long Beach is going to be in the house. All right, man. Mario in the house. What's up, Big Rio? I appreciate you coming in, man. Howard Bison got beat. You know that was going to happen, man. Howard ain't ready to play no ball. SG, many blessings to you, man. You know Alfie, Rod? Yeah, man. Tough. Neil knowing. Neil from the block, too. Tough loss for the people in Long Beach, man. But I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next time. The Ride with Chevy and Nash is coming up next on the NGBN TV network. Peace out.